Welcome to my review of Freaky, directed by Christopher Landon, who previously brought us the Happy Death Day movies. It's now out on VOD for everyone to watch if they decide to, pay the price of a VOD movie, which you don't actually own, but you have to pay for it. Nevertheless, let's talk about it. The film is a horror take on the classic Freaky Friday premise, and we follow a young girl who, after swapping bodies with a deranged serial killer, discovers that she has less than 24 hours to break the curse, otherwise she'll be trapped in his body forever. And of course, the film is set on Friday the 13th. Now, before I give you my thoughts on this, I want to know your thoughts. That's the most important part of any review. It's for you to start a conversation in the comments below, and I'm sure most of you have had a chance already to check this out over there in the United States, so let me know all your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new here, you want to see more reviews, not just for Freaky, but let's say for Mank, for The Mandalorian every single week on Mando Fridays, I have reviews for that, so click the subscribe button and maybe the bell to be notified whenever I upload a video. And also I have my merch on sale on TeePublic and Redbubble, links for that in the description. Let's crack on with this review, shall we? I'm actually a huge fan of Christopher Landon as a director. I know he picks movies that seem at first kind of run-of-the-mill horror comedies, but he has this style to him that makes his movies stand out, and he does once again in here. He has a lot of fun with his premise, but how he gets to his beats, how he progresses the story, there's a lot of fun in seeing characters in these awkward situations. It lends to the comedy, but then he also compensates by having the deaths be really freaking cool. This is not the hardest R movie you will see, and bar a few exceptions, this could very well be a PG-13 film. You can tell that right from the opening scene. There's some really cool deaths, but along the film they become kind of the exception. Whenever there's a really cool death, there's like 5 or more deaths that are just it's okay, it's fine. Nevertheless, I admire the style that Landon gives to his films and also how he balances comedy and horror. He has the best of both elements shining throughout this film, and Vince Vaughn playing a high school girl is so good. There's no doubt in my mind that he somewhat based his performance around Jack Black in the Jumanji movies, but he makes it his own. There's something so viscerally awkward and purposefully cringeworthy about him being in these situations. There's a moment where he has to dance and do the dance of the mascot of the school to prove to his friends that he's the young woman that he claims to be, and it's just so damn funny. This dude is such an underrated actor. I think he can work with drama. I think he can work clearly with comedy. That's what made him famous in the first place, but he just doesn't miss a step. His timing in the jokes, in the puns, in the gags, it's so good. And Kathryn Newton is really good as well as a performer. I really enjoy her performance. I think, on the other hand, the character loses a lot because from the moment she gets turned into the serial killer and she has to play the serial killer in the young girl's body, she's just very stoic, very menacing looking. She says barely anything. Her only mood is and that's basically her the entire film, which I think is a missed opportunity to have the killer be a bit more fun. I know how depraved this sounds, but have him enjoy what he does a little bit more, because there's a scene in this film that proves exactly that this serial killer is exactly that. He enjoys toying with his victims. He enjoys like playing mental games with them before he kills them. So it really feels throughout the film like they're purposefully missing an opportunity. And that leads me into the rest of the issues, because this film has some moments where it tries to develop its characters in the weirdest ways possible. There's a scene there is in the testing rooms for you to try on clothes. I'm not sure if it's called the testing rooms, whatever. It's in those rooms where you go to try clothes in a clothing shop, and it's Vince Vaughn as the young girl, and then there's a mother who works at the store. They're not seeing each other, but Vince Vaughn, as the girl, knows that her mother is on the other side of the door, and they just have this outpour of honesty as if they've been friends for years, and it just felt so awkward. There's another scene with one of the girl's best friends, and he confronts his mother, and that whole scene was just awkward, just not funny. Like, I was hoping that scene would move on, and thankfully, it did. So with Landon's style and creativity, there's still a lot of issues when it comes to his screenplay. As much as I praise his direction for standing out and being unique, even though he has these very familiar premises, he puts a unique twist to it. He also has a few issues as a screenwriter. I felt it in Happy Death Day 2. I feel it yet again in here. I think it's something that he needs a partner or yet another pass before actually making his film. He did have a partner in this film. He's a co-writer. It's a little bit better, but I think he still has a lot of issues when it comes to, okay, this is the final draft and it really shouldn't be. But when Freaky wants to be fun, it lends itself to that fun full throttle. It's funny when it needs to be, it's tense and scary when it needs to be. It's a little bit longer than it should be, that's for sure, but I think the performances and the dynamic characters make up for it. I'm giving Freaky a C+. Now, what did you think of Freaky? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Is this your favorite horror comedy in the past, let's say, 5 years? What is your favorite horror comedy in the past 5 years? Let me know that in the comments below, and stay tuned for many more reviews to come. I still have my reviews for The Sound of Metal, I Am Your Woman, and on Monday, I will give you my review of Soul. So stay tuned for that. I cannot wait to bring that one to you. And so until the next video, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and again, do not forget to like, to share, to subscribe if you haven't. And until the next one, love each other and love the movies.